Stay my blade from the flesh of the innocent. Hide in plain sight. Never compromise the Assassin Brotherhood. These are the tenets of the Creed, the principles I used to live by. I was a young man then. The 7 Years' War was about to begin. I could not have imagined what the future had in store for me, nor the cost I would choose to bear. My name is Shay Patrick Cormac. This is my story.
firewood, at least.
Admit it, I nearly had you.
Nearly counts for nothing, Shay. And besides, no. That was just luck.
I make my own luck, Liam.
You've been saying that for years, but you're precious little to show for it. Or have you been spending it all getting out of trouble?
Well, you know, trouble just follows me around.
Let's head back. Come on. Captain Deliver Andre and his crew must have run into some trouble. Who knew meeting with smugglers would lead to no good?
I still don't understand why you can't tell me what we're doing here.
Because Chevalier decided not to tell you.
I thought we were friends, Liam.
We are. But this is business. It doesn't concern you, Shay. Am I going too fast for you?
I'm just keeping an eye on you, in case you fall down and hurt yourself.
Hurry. We best not keep Chevalier waiting.
Où sont ces crétins? Where the hell were you two?
We're out hunting. What happened here?
My men were attacked by some English sea dogs.
Why, Captain Joseph. Couldn't you fight them all off by yourself like you're always saying?
It is Capitaine Louis-Joseph Gauthier, Chevalier de la Vérendrye. And you are dreaming if you think any training could make you into a proper assassin. Do you even know what that means? It means being responsible for an ancient and proud tradition. It means obeying your mentor without question. How else will we ensure freedom for the human race?
Them's pretty words, Chevalier. But I don't feel too free at the moment.
Well then, feel educated! Viens, viens! You simpleton! You rot-brained cabbage farmer! How dare you show me such disrespect!
Gentlemen, stop! We got a common enemy, and I reckon he's close.
The Royal Navy attack my vessel and force my men to flee! We are stranded, and what is worse, the smugglers we were supposed to meet have been taken prisoner!
Shay and I'll free those smugglers. You, treat your wounded. Take these. You'll need them. Tread with care, Shay. The Royal Navy will be ready for us. Remember your training. Ready to teach them a lesson?
They don't stand a chance.
Where are your mates now, you bilge rat?
Thank you.
Keep an eye out, lads! Their pals are still out there somewhere!
There he goes again.
That's booty. Happy hunting, lads!
Set her ablaze!
Sink that French vessel!
No match for you!
Ha ha! Yeah!
I was saving those fellas for you.
Very thoughtful.
Maybe you were not completely useless, Shay.
Speaking of useless, those blockheads won't be needing this vessel anymore.
This pile of merde. You want her, Shay? She is yours. Now bring me back to my ship.
You heard, Chevalier? This vessel is yours, Shay. Go on. Take the wheel. Some of the men you rescued agreed to join us. They should prove a good crew.
I'm not so certain about their captain, but next to me you are the most experienced sailor in the Brotherhood, Shay. Besides, we could use another vessel. Even this pitiful one.
She's mine, ain't she? My own ship.
Your own pile of garbage, yes?
Ah, with a lick of paint and a few new cannons. She'll look as fine as anything on the seven seas.
Shall we begin, Captain?
Indeed, mate.
Oh, Connor.
She's a mess, but she's still afloat. And her name's the Morgan.
Morgan? That silly fairy queen who ruled Merlin, the wise? Oh, she's perfect for you, Shane.
Morgan was an old goddess, the queen of war and darkness. She harvested the souls of fallen warriors.
A ship!
Perfect indeed.
She's a false shell. They will sink her!
Ready for battle, men! Gallants, royals, studs!
All sails loose!
Stop them, boy!
Bloody miss!
Fire!
Fasten your swords! No match for us!
They're tearing her to pieces! Do something!
Fire! But...
My ship!
Ah! Missed! Aboard, Captain! All hands ahoy! Station!
It seems this vessel is battle ready after all. I will return to what is left of your Gerfaut. It's a long way home. We have repairs to do.
Sing hearty, lads. Chevalier is pleased with us.
Now you're ready to sail for the Horn. Fair old and show. Our boots and our clothes are all in the fold. We're rollicking randy dandy.
What course would you have me set, Shay?
Time to report back to the mentor. Wouldn't you agree?
Wise words, Captain. Wise words.
What the hell did you do? It's some kind of dormant virus? Shit. Hang on, I'm getting you out of there.
Please proceed calmly to the nearest exit. We repeat, please remain calm. Do not panic.
Sorry for the rough exit. Earpiece working, check. You were just in an Animus. Animus, yes? You were using it to access a genetic memory file in Helix labeled Shay Cormac? You work for Abstergo Entertainment, remember? Any of this ringing a bell? Your session triggered something bad, and it's affecting the whole building. We need to find your boss. You haven't forgotten your boss, have you? Melanie LeMay, zipper, chipper, overachiever? Here, take your communicator, check it if you got lost. Now let's get out of here. Follow me. Double time. This chaos is absolutely your fault, in case you're wondering.
Come on, everyone. Just like we practiced in our safety drills. Everything is gonna be okay, guys. Stay positive. What the hell is happening?
A file labeled Shay Cormac was booby-trapped with some kind of virus.
Your job is to prevent things like this.
We need to contain these genetic memories, then we can destroy them.
No. Isolate them. I want to study these memories.
But
With respect, Miss LeMay, this is not a request.
You heard the man.
fine.
I need to borrow your numbskull. That okay with you, Ms. LeMay?
Hey there, this might seem a bit weird, but you're gonna work for contractors we hired to, upgrade our security. Mr. Otto Berg and Miss Violet DaCosta.
Call me Violet.
I have to go check on our people and prepare a statement for the press. Do whatever they tell you to do, okay? Go team!
Technically, you're not responsible for this, but you're the one who let the virus out, so I think it's only fair you help me clean it up. Mr. Berg wants us to relive Shay's genetic memories. To do that, we need to access them from Helix. But the Helix is down. We'll have to reboot the main servers in the basement. Man, whoever designed this virus is a genius. Not only does it restrict our access to the cloud, it's adapted to fuck up the other operating systems that regulate building functions. Melanie, the elevators are out of commission. Are we stuck on this floor?
Damn, yes. I'll get a repair crew on site ASAP.
There's a working area server on this floor. I guess that'll have to do for now.
Agent DaCosta, I want regular updates on your progress with Shay's genetic memories.
Why? He's just a nobody as far as I can tell.
If Shay Cormac is who I suspect he is, then this temporary setback may provide us with an unexpected reward. Proceed to the server room on this floor.
Come on, numbskull. Dogs at home that are better trained than you are.
Sorry, but this is a restricted area.
that are better trained than you are. Do you see a flashing wireless signal? Great. Once you restore the server, I'll connect your Animus workstation back to Helix. In theory, if you align the beams to segments of the core, it should solve the problem. But here's where it gets tricky. You have to move the circles in such a way that each segment is powered by a beam. The keyword here is each. One beam and one beam only per core segment, okay? Once everything is lit up properly, the system will reboot. Got it? Give it a shot. Good job. This core wasn't too complex, but rebooting the advanced hardware in the rest of the building will require more work.
The assassins would have you believe that Al-Mualim was a great mentor who became corrupted with greed, and that he schemed with the Templars to acquire an apple of Eden. I see instead a shrewd and cunning leader, a man who used his best assassin, Altair ibn Lahad, to eliminate his conspirators in order to keep the apple for himself, so that he could use it to enforce world peace. While it must be stated unequivocally that Al-Mualim was not a Templar, it is interesting to me that his vision of peace was more in line with Templar philosophy than assassin. In the past, both sides had the same goal, that of peace. Our only difference was how we chose to achieve it. Had Al-Mualim not been killed by Altair and allowed to carry out his plan, perhaps we would not be fighting now. It was only after Altair reformed the Brotherhood with its new ideals of free will that the conflict truly escalated and spread across the planet. For if the so-called wise man of the mountain can see things from our point of view, surely the same can be said for other assassins.
Okay, so I'm not sure you're supposed to see that. You should just get back to your Animus. With the servers back online, you could, in theory, restore your co-workers' workstations if you feel like being helpful. And you could, in theory, find some more digital goodies if you feel like being sneaky. Hey, one of your co-workers dropped his communicator by the elevator. If you see any tech lying around like that, grab them. There might be a clue as to who did this.
Now that you have unlocked Shay Cormac's memories, we stand on the brink of a grand discovery. I know you must have questions about your new assignment, or about me. For now, all I will say is that Shay's story contains the answers. Shay will lead you to a greater understanding.
Following the Great Purge of 2000, William Miles became the de facto leader of the Assassins. A cunning and ruthless strategist, he trained several agents who infiltrated Abstergo, including Clay Kazmarek and Lucy Stillman. In late 2012, I captured William Miles in Cairo and delivered him to Warren Vidic in Rome. Miles' son, Desmond, attacked Abstergo, killed Vidic and Master Templar Daniel Cross. He fled to a First Civilization temple in New York. On December 21st, Desmond Miles was killed inside the precursor structure. The grieving William Miles went underground and left the Brotherhood in the hands of Gavin Banks. Banks led a small team across the globe, attempting to rebuild assassin cells. We have confirmed sightings in Kyoto, Moscow, and Paris. Miles resurfaced in late 2013, and we have confirmed his involvement in the infiltration of Abstergo Entertainment Montreal by the assassins Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane. Both Miles and Banks remain at large. Agent Acosta has tasked the Akashic satellite Plexus to sweep the planet for traces of assassin activities. We have yet to locate them.
Okay, the numbskull is in another Animus session, and I've required caffeine. All is right with the world.
Good.
This isn't really your kind of mission, is it, boss?
Every mission is important in its own way.
Still, I bet you'd rather be out with the rest of the team, hunting Sean Hastings or something.
Wouldn't you?
Hell yeah. I want a front row seat for that show.
Any word from Sorkin?
He's scheduled to update me in 43 minutes.
Good.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What's it like, using an Animus?
I went through the Animai training program. It felt like the drills we used to do in the UT Jaeger.
You never use a normal Animus like this one? To relive your own genetic history?
Only once.
Really? Who were you?
I was a young man. On the Viking raid on Lindsey Farn.
793, northeastern coast of England. Sorry, history nerd. So, how was it?
It was summer. Good sailing weather. The monastery was a center for religious studies, and we crashed into the city like a tidal wave.
And?
We pillaged and burned. They thought we were demons. The details of the memory were so vivid. I lost myself in the bloodlust. I defeated a Saxon, a great warrior, but did not want to kill him. I invited him to join our clan.
Ah, Norse adoption rituals. The chance to sail the world with the Vikings.
Yes. A chance to see the world as it really is.
What happened then?
He wept. Then he cried out that God had abandoned his people and that nothing remained but chaos. I felt such pity for him. I killed him without a second thought.
After we're done here, are we gonna have to kill the numbskull?
We will see.
Hey, boss. Calling from Germany?
Yes, I am in Essen, searching for an artifact called the Ankh of Isis. Can you tell me anything about it?
Give me a minute to fire up my machines here. Okay. Not much. There's an obscure file from the data dump scanner that mentions it. It was allegedly 14th century Germany, where an assassin named Lucas Zergberg fought a Templar offshoot called the Brothers of the Cross. Huh, how original.
That's the file that led me to this bland shit pile. Is there anything else? Anything outside of Abstergo official records?
Nobody's ever seen the thing. There's all kinds of stories about its history. From Roman Gallia, Egypt during the Middle Ages, and even a cell of modern-day assassins. Oh. And it apparently raises the dead.
Is there any evidence to support this?
None at all. You know what I think? I think this is bullshit the assassins are spreading around so that people like us waste our valuable time sniffing after it. Smells like a trap.
Agreed. Keep an eye out for new information about the Ankh. While it may not lead to an artifact, we may be able to follow the data back to some assassins.
You got it, boss. Where are you off to next?
Cuba. I'm going to excavate the observatory.
Figure for me. I have great respect for him. After all, he was the Grand Master of the Colonial Rite, charged with finding a precursor site. Haytham was cunning and ruthless, but he had a streak of emotional weakness that ultimately triggered his downfall. He lost his father when he was a child, and the British Grand Master Reginald Birch raised him to become a Templar Knight. Haytham eventually learned that his father, Edward, had been an assassin. That he chose to stay a Templar, rather than follow in his father's footsteps, indicates to me that he believed he was already on the right path. When Hatham discovered that Birch was the one who murdered his father, he and his sister killed him in revenge. I believe this was the beginning of his downfall. Templars kill for efficiency, not petty emotions. When he discovered that his son Connor was an assassin working against him in the colonies, the same emotional weakness stayed his blade. A pity Connor did not show him the same mercy.
It has been a long time.
Achilles.
Adewale, how go things in the West Indies?
Very poorly, I'm afraid.
Your countenance tells me we should discuss this. Come.
Who's our visitor?
That's Adewale. He was a slave who freed himself, and hundreds of his brothers in the West Indies. That man's a living incarnation of the Creed.
See?
You join me for some practice?
Soon. I've got other business first.
Tell me what happened. It was terrible, Achilles. The ground shook, and the ocean waves crashed over Port-au-Prince.
How many were lost?
Thousands. No family. The Wally looked worried earlier.
I heard that Liam's waiting for you. Seen him yet?
I hear Mistress Hope was looking for you.
You are late.
Oh, what did I miss?
Only the first hour of training.
We're always training, Kisagawase.
And will continue to do so.
Do not waste your words. Shay abhors improvement as much as cats abhor leashes.
Hey.
A pity. The boy has so much potential. But so little discipline.
All right. All right. What would you have me do?
Well played.
So, what's the challenge today?
Shooting straight and true. Here, you can use these.
These are yours.
Well, I want you to have half a chance of succeeding. Go on. Shoot these targets. You can take your time. Not too much. We've more work after this. Reload. Anyone can hit targets standing still. Let's see how you do on the run. Come on, hurry up. Come on, hurry up. Well done, Shay. Keep it up. You're doing all right, Shay. But don't let the others vex you. They mean well, but they'll never show it.
It's about time you showed up.
Far be it from me to keep a lady waiting.
I'm no lady here. And don't you forget it. I'm your teacher. And you're better.
Well, some of that is true, at least. What should we be doing?
Exploring a myriad ways to end a life. You two! Make yourselves useful and watch Shay. Can you kill without being noticed? Huh, a classic haystack. Hide in it, and surprise your target when he gets close. You certainly know how to handle yourself.
Here you are.
Huh, a classic haystack. Hide in it, and surprise your target when he gets close. Nicely done. I am surprised. Top form, Shay. You did better than I expected. Have your skills actually grown, Shay? Do not get a swelled head over it.
Shay, follow me. It's time you learn to survive in the frontier.
I think I've been managing well enough so far.
Perhaps. But there is more I can teach you. It is time for the hunt. Use all your senses together to find prey. Killing should not be meaningless. We must use what nature gives us. Good. Now to use... With these, you can keep your pistols close. Achilles has one more thing to show you.
Shay, I hear you've become quite the marksman.
Generous gift. Thank you, Mentor.
My ship awaits, Achilles. The people of Haiti will make good use of your supplies. I trust you will retrieve what has been lost.
Lost?
The Templars stole two precious artifacts. A manuscript of ancient wisdom and a box that allows one to understand its language.
I have tracked the Templar as far as this coast, but I fear the rest is up to you, my friend.
Farewell, Adewale. Whoever controls the artifacts can access precursor sites of power. We must recover them, or none are safe.
Where to? Wherever Templar affairs lead us.
Liam, it's not like you to set out without a plan.
Plan or no plan. We choose our own battlefield. And hey, we're not most at ease when we're at sea.
Right you are. Let's set sail. As much sail as...
We only have one lead, Shay. Let's hope it brings us closer to the artifacts.
So Achilles tasked you with this mission?
No. He tasked me to task you. We need to find what was stolen from Macandal, Shay. You have to recover the precursor box of manuscript. This is your mission.
And what's yours?
Watch your arse.
Achilles doesn't really trust me, does he?
Give it time, Shay. Do this for him. For us. Do much more than earn his trust.
Liam, do you know what Achilles writes about? I see him in his office all the time, bent over his papers.
He keeps records and accounts. Studies what little is known about the pieces of Eden. And of course, he corresponds with assassins on other continents.
You there! Stop now! Captain's up ahead!
Liam, you can be a right horse's arse when it comes to assuming everyone knows the same as you.
I cannot help if Achilles wants me to be familiar with our counterparts in Europe and elsewhere.
Said like his favorite son.
Connor's his favorite and only son.
And Achilles is heir. Connor may inherit the house, but you'll be mentor.
We'll see.
Whatever you say, Prince Regent of the Assassins.
You call me that again, I'll throw you in the ocean.
Tis a grand old sound on a good ship called S3. And we don't give a damn when we drink our rum with the girls on old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys is rolling down to old Maui.
I believe that's important as well.
We're down from the Arctic ground, rolling home to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gale through the ice, the sleet and rain. Them coconut thrones, them tropical lands we soon shall see again.
It's quite a rough squall, Cap.
Douse the gallants and royals!
Mainmast! Bring in top halyards! Pull!
Haul down and clew up!
Let go anchor!
Trust me, you will sell those lobster by the ton in France. Ah, the cabbage farmers return. About time. We have a lead on that curious manuscript.
I'd be surprised if you can read it.
No one can read it, imbecile. This is why the Templar are taking so long with it. But one of our allies has caught a glimpse of their work.
A pirate?
A spy who worked with the pirate. We set sail for Anticosti. That should prove a good test for this floating cesspit you call a ship.
How trustworthy are the pirates?
I consider them brothers, Shay. When the time comes, they will lend aid and help us fight the Templars. If only the roast beef would realize the Templars were pulling their strings.
Are the Templars truly in control in the colonies?
Not quite, but their influence reaches far and wide.
And what about the spy we're meeting?
You need not worry about Le Chasseur. He is loyal to the Brotherhood. As it happens, he also has friends in both the French and English fleets. And he knows more about what goes on in these parts than you can ever hope to learn.
So, Liam, what can you tell me about Adewale? You obviously admire the man.
Aye. I had the honor of working with him once. I've never known anyone who'd done so much for our cause. It's much more than that.
There, Captain. An English vessel. And she looks to be in trouble.
That's fine indeed. Perhaps we should leave the journey to the bottom of the sea.
Now, let's not be too hasty. She's full of crown cargo. Take a look through your spyglass and treat yourself.
Pretty sight. I say this is a good day to lighten King George's pockets.
Be careful. A few shots should be enough to cripple her. Too much damage and she'll go down with all souls. And all spoils.
We can board and loot her before the crew knows what hit them.
Bloody coward! Loose all! Let's move! Fire!
Now's the time. Let's board her.
Ease off the wind!
Show them what's for. Hold your fire.
Come on, men.
Show them what to sink her.
Fires are ours. For the Morrigan! Mates out!
The sea between here and Anticosti is rough, Captain. We should strengthen the Morgan before going any further. There's a harbour master stationed nearby. Spend our new wealth on improvements.
I didn't realize there was a brotherhood in Haiti.
Yes. Francois McCandle is their mentor. He gathers many of his assassins from the Maroons.
Those are escaped slaves and their children, right?
They are. A shame, though. They escaped terrible conditions only to be killed in that earthquake.
But Haiti's a French colony now.
Aye, it is.
And here, the assassins are helping King Louis. But in Haiti, the French own the slaves who are set free by the assassins. It's just the place. See nothing but fishermen and their gear.
Aye, per se and fishing go hand in hand. But it will serve our purposes well enough. The French fish these waters first, but King George is laying claim to more every year. The locals are caught in the middle.
What do you be needing today, then? My thanks for your trust, Captain.
Si j'ai rejoint l'armée, c'était pour la solde, pas pour une question de fierté mal placée. Mais il faut protéger.
I do not know what I would have done without you, kind sir.
We should resume course to Anticosti, Captain.
Indeed. The chasseur is waiting for us.
The sea between here and Anticosti is rough, Captain. The Morrigan seems sturdy enough for the challenge.
Ships ahoy!
More fishermen from Persay.
Enemy ships! They're sinking the fishing boats.
You must believe those fishermen strayed into their waters.
These scoundrels must pay!
And would you look at that? Standing right in our way to Anticosti. What say you? Sink every last one of them?
For once, I find myself agreeing with you.
Stranger things have happened.
All hands to fire, sir!
Fire! Don't hit their mines, Shay!
Fire!
Away to larboard! There it comes!
Fire!
Let us go on. Not too far from Anticosti Island.
Will your friend the spy be waiting for us?
Yes. I hope the chasseur has more information about the manuscript.
Maybe he'll have the whole thing figured out for us.
And maybe I'm Emperor of Rome.
Ave Caesar. Salt air, open skies, man out of the ocean. It's as free as a man. What do you say, Liam?
Out here for a reason, Shay. Mind your duty.
But what's the point of freedom if you cannot breathe deep and enjoy it?
Temple stickers contemplate tar. I won't feel liberated until we pry them off.
Seems to me we should just talk to them like men instead of skulking around.
You smile and wish them a good day as they lay their boot on your neck?
Of course not.
They're murdering bastards who want to control the world and everyone in it. Never forget.
And we have nothing in common with that, of course.
An abandoned vessel, Shay.
Sir! To the fore!
Haul in the stunsails!
Brace yourselves! Here they
Get them aloft! Down, salt sail!
Captain, how's the helm?
Get the mates free! Douse all but mates!
Get those clues up!
There it is. Anticosti. The chasseur should be there. And with any luck, he will know where to find that manuscript.
Reef the mains! Clue up gallants! That wind's trouble, Captain Cormac.
Dock the ship here, Captain. We've arrived at Anticosti Island.
The rum here is terrible. Let me see. That's not rum.
By Beelzebub's balls! What happened to that wall? It looks like someone took a cannon to it.
I hate digging stone out of the frozen ground. Fixing ages.
You could not have arrived at a better time, my friend.
I wonder why there are so many Royal Navy ships about. I suppose.
So, Louis. Take a look at this. I borrowed these plans from a Royal Navy ship of the line. They are like nothing I have ever seen.
Good. We could use some more powerful weapons. Le Chasseur, allow me to present our associate, Shay Cormac.
Gentlemen, I have news. On this same ship, I spied the manuscript you seek. It was written in an exotic language I did not recognize and was full of drawings, plants, and animals out of an opium dream.
Were there no charts, no maps?
No. There may have been some kind of code, but neither I nor the roast beefs could ken it.
Where's the manuscript now?
The man who brought it said a man named Washington sent him.
I know that name. He's an important Templar, isn't he?
He is. Lawrence Washington has great ambitions that Templars have helped fulfill. Shay, let's return and find him. You, sir, have our thanks.
This is more like it.
Look at this place. Tell me what you see. I don't know. Buildings, houses, trees. I see the beginnings of an
Well, what's our next heading?
Wherever this Lawrence Washington docks the cars.
Liam, you're finally getting into the spirit of things.
He's a Templar and a politician. What's there to like?
Good. Hoist anchor. Where does Chevalier get off ordering us around like that? We're assassins, same as him.
He's more experienced and he knows these waters better, Shay. That makes him in charge in these parts.
Well, he commands me around back at the homestead too. Is he a truffle pig to know land better than me?
Some respect, Shay.
He ought to respect me, Liam. I stick my neck out as much as any of us.
Yeah, twice as often as seems. That's just the thing. Chevalier hangs back and thinks before making a decision. His experience has earned him that right.
I wonder how much more experience I'll need before I can decide when to wake up or take action. I swear, Liam, sometimes I feel I was more grown up when we were children. We slept rough and scrounged for meat, but at least we decided where and when. Loose and catch the wind! Tops, gallants, royals, studs!
Loose the royals.
Some sort of cargo there,
Over there,
sir.
Captain. The fishing settlement of Greystone. The French took over after it was ransacked by bandits.
Short and sail! Get off the squall!
And I went down the Broadway one evening in July. I met a maid who has betrayed in a sailor's
There's all sail!
and it's away. Pail full of cockles and shrimp. Prices to sell.
Il faut veiller à ce que tout reste exactement...
Et de grands prés.
Get the mainsails into the wind! All sail, she'll take it! Douse the gallants and royals! Crowd on every inch! Glue's up! These are sticks!
Blew the foremains!
You check the sheets.
Furl all!
Draw a banker.
Templars desire to understand the nature of these artifacts. Their spies have called upon many doctors and other learned people in New York.
They have also approached many tribes with questions.
Yeah, they've been showing that manuscript far and wide. No one can read the strange writing or understand the images. We do have a name, though.
We learned that Lawrence Washington sent out the manuscript.
Lawrence Washington. Businessman, Virginian politician, and high-ranking Templar.
Oh, yes. I recently heard he was back from the West Indies. One of my men saw his major domo pick up a strange package.
Then that package will be delivered to him promptly. Shay, figure out what it is and find Washington. And when you do, learn all you can.
I'll prepare the Morrigan.
Captain Cormac has the helm!
Well, if we've any luck, that ship will lead us right to him.
I make my own luck, Liam.
Let's move!
And Washington is running out of his.
Careful, Shay. These waters are full of enemies.
There. Aye. There she is! All right, man. Time to be quiet.
Lawrence Washington is a powerful businessman, a slave owner, and a leading Templar. We lost track of him about a year ago. I recently learned he was in Barbados, but I haven't been able to confirm that.
Now you think he had something to do with the theft of the artifacts, don't you?
I wouldn't put it past him. Haiti's a short voyage from Barbados, and his return to the colonies certainly coincides with the arrival of the artifacts. We cannot let the Templars get control of these colonies. Whatever happens, Lawrence Washington must not survive.
I'll make sure he doesn't.
Loading cargo!
A blockade, Captain! This won't do. Shay, you must follow that ship on land.
I'll do that. Bring the Morrigan around another way.
Aye, Captain. track that package and find Washington.
Fall down and clue up!
And remember what I said, Shay. Washington must die.
Aye.
Nice to see so many faces about.
You!
This place might just become civilized after all.
Here,
Know that the British are here
coward!
to stay.
Get back here!
Maybe
Where's
we
it,
can
lad?
get some decent. I've got to hide out of here.
Quick, call the guards, now! George, please help!
Double time.
Sting. I'm not gonna wait around to see how this ends.
Have your head.
Bastards in me sights! Attack from all sides now!
What's this? A rifle.
You there! Stay! Where? You.
How can that be? It makes no sound. Thanks for the present, Master Washington. This is a strange surprise. Not quite what I was expecting. Now I must find Washington and interrogate him.
Keep your brown vest on your shoulder while you march. The most we like. Keep your
Get answer and a clear shot!
I don't know. Security is awfully tight. The captain brought in more men. Who knows? All I've been told is that this is Lawrence Washington's residence. He and half of the guests here tonight.
I need to get to Washington first. Then I'll worry about the artifacts.
reckon? Stop, you! Back here, you Ah, piss on it. Get back.
Brother, are you sure you shouldn't be in bed?
I am fine, George. Be a good host for my sake. Go to the wine cellar and get something special for our guests.
I will. Gentlemen?
My brother is a bright spot in a troubled land. If I may make one request before I depart this life, please leave him in peace. He should have nothing to do with the troubles of the Templar cause.
We all respect that sentiment, sir.
You have my thanks, gentlemen. Master Smith, are you ready to leave on your voyage?
Aye, sir. I shall return with answers.
Master Wardrop, are you likewise engaged with the manuscript?
Yes, sir. We will soon know its meaning.
Then I bid you take your leave.
Washington can barely stand on his own 2 feet. Better be right about him, Liam. Because I'm about to murder a dying man.
You are too late, assassin.
It's never too late to ruin Templar plans, Master Washington.
But my plans are already in motion. Even leading you here has given my allies time to escape. Thank you for making my end a quick one.
And thank you for revealing your master plan, you scheming snake. God damn it! I'd better hurry.
I hope you brought the ship around.
Stay back!
Is that a ship mortar? That's not sporting!
He's mine! I'm a clear shot.
Be careful, guys. They're in me sights.
Captain Cormac at the house.
Unfurl, mate! That's true! Loose all and trim sharp to the wind!
Enemy heading for us, sir! Crossbow, Captain!
He's been hit! Enemy making for us, sir!
Fire!
Ahead! It's the...
Lawrence Washington is dead.
You look disappointed.
The sickly way that man looked. He would have been dead in a month anyway. And 2 other Templars got away. They're looking into the manuscript and box.
Did they have the artifacts?
I don't know. Perhaps. I can't be sure.
Captain's gone for a cold dip!
The memory appears to be fragmented. How much time has passed?
A few months, I think. That virus is cutting off our access to complete memories. They're readable, but messy.
The 7 Years' War will soon break out in the colonies. Focus on assassin interference.
We'll do our best. Won't we, numbskull?
It's so grim about the homestead now that Miss Abigail and little Connor have passed.
Aye. I've seen Achilles crying.
Why shouldn't he?
It's just that he doesn't look sad. He looks furious. It's unsettling.
He's struggling with the loss. We all are.
I know, but it's been months, and we've done little but search for this blasted manuscript and box.
Le Chasseur has a lead on the box. To meet him and Chevalier in St. John's.
Chevalier too? No hope of cheering me up then. This is more like it.
Hey! Don't move! You really think we can't catch you? Keep dreaming, you foolish
has the wheel?
It's so grim about the homestead now that Miss Abigail and little Connor have passed.
Aye. I've seen Achilles crying.
Why shouldn't he?
It's just that he doesn't look sad. He looks furious. It's unsettling.
He's struggling with the loss. We all are.
I know, but it's been months, and we've done little but search for this blasted manuscript and box.
Le Chasseur has a lead on the box. We're to meet him and Chevalier in St. John's.
Chevalier too? No hope of cheering me up then. When Achilles said whoever had the artifacts could access sites of great power, what does he mean?
I'm not sure I understand it myself, Shay. I had a long talk with Adewale about that. He believes the box can be activated to, well, project words or images.
Like a magic lantern?
What do you mean?
You know the magic lantern shows Father Connolly put on in the church basement? The box had a candle in it, I think. He put these little glass plates in front. Then we'd see the images projected on the wall like cathedrals in Rome. Bright and near as big as life.
Ah, yeah. I suppose it is. Except that it interprets the strange language of the manuscript too. If the plate were of a banner in Latin, we'd see it in English.
How is that possible?
Who knows? I fear we might never truly understand how any of the pieces of Eden work.
Where in the world has the most beautiful girls?
I suppose it depends on your vision of beauty. A damsel from Corfu and one from Oslo are as different as chalk and cheese, but both could be lovely.
See, opinions like that give a man a reputation for wisdom.
Yeah, thank you.
I would have just said Havana. The girls there have lusty buttocks and bosoms and feel no shame in putting them on display. What? It's no slight against our lasses from home.
I suppose.
I think Galway has the nicest. Fair and modest. Always willing to spot you a penny for an ale.
We're almost there, Captain. The Chasseur will be expecting us.
And Chevalier.
It's a small price to pay for a lead in the precursor box.
Douse all but mates! Ease off the wind! Haul it all sail!
Well met, sir. How fare ye? Which of my treasures might tempt you today? I'm your most days, should you return.
Chevalier, what happened to your vessel?
I got myself into a bit of a scrape. Sent 3 ship in all hand to their watery grave. The Garfou nearly followed them down.
Just your fate has been better, Le Chasseur.
Indeed. My sources inform me that Samuel Smith has searched far and wide, looking for answers on how to make that strange box work. He just returned from Europe.
Where's he now?
Refitting his schooner. If you hurry, you can catch him there. Oh, remember those blueprints? Well, I had an engineer build that marvelous weapon for your ship. Master Puckle's gun fires more shots than an artillery brigade, and twice as fast.
Many thanks.
Anything for my hooded friends.
Loose mainsail! Captain?
I will join you on this voyage.
Then shall we, gentlemen?
You are in a jovial mood, Shay?
Why shouldn't I be? I have a new weapon, and will soon have a chance to use it. Besides, Templars are usually well guarded, and I'm sure that Smith fellow is no exception.
I also took the liberty of ordering some improvements. Morgan now has a ram cut through ice itself.
There he is! Most fortunate timing! Lady Luck never ceases to smile on you.
He's seen us! Give chase!
But hold your fire! We must not damage the box or risk losing it to the sea. Can't this bucket go any faster?
At least my ship is still seaworthy, Chevalier.
Our target's a smart man, but out of his element here.
Samuel Smith is the Templar's treasure. What he's doing in these waters is beyond me.
Maybe he came here to meet someone, or ran into your pirates. He's refitting his ship, so something must have happened.
If one of my allies attacked me, I would have known it.
When he's back from a long voyage, now's our chance to get him.
Smith controls most of the Templars' wealth, doesn't he? With him out of the way...
Washington entrusted the precursor box to him. He probably still has it.
Shay's right. The box comes first.
So we can't sink him. We'll have to board his ship, or force him to beach.
Ready here!
Look, Captain. He's cutting through the ice.
It seems you're not the only one equipped with such a ram, Shay.
Let us hope ours fares just as well.
We're slicing through the ice! This ice heat can't stop us!
Turn! To the fore!
It worked. The way is clear.
Once more your fortune holds. But do not waste time congratulating yourself. Smith is getting away.
The foe controls these waters closely. It's an ambush!
Get off where you sit, you affair! Smith must not escape! Captain! Fire!
I don't see Smith's ship! Let's get rid of these distractions first. We'll find him.
He's breaking up!
There's Smith. He's moving again.
No doubt he hoped to be a spectator through the night.
I'm glad to disappoint him. And he's still within reach.
Some sort of cargo there.
Careful. It's quite a rough squall, Cap.
Reef it all, tops!
Sir!
What wickedness is this?
Another Templar tactic. You can cover whole stretches of ocean with their flames.
Careful, Shay. We could be burnt to cinders.
It's nothing more than a last desperate throw of the dice. He knows we have him.
Wind's getting vicious.
Short and safe! Get on the squall!
Ready here!
Loose all and trim sharp to the wind.
This set. Stunsails in. Blew up gallants.
Check every sail! Floating cargo! Nature doesn't want to
fire!
That wind's trouble, Captain.
Some sort of cargo there, sir.
As much sail as you can.
Pull up, lads. Loose the
Blues up. These are sticks. Crowd on every inch of sail.
Pull up, lads. Loose the royals. Careful. Now we know where he was headed. The bastard has an encampment here.
Follow him on land. Do not even think of firing the ship's weapons near that precious box.
I'll take care of this.
Stop! Stop now! I can get him from here! Got him inside! There! Up!
Let me out of him. Bastards in my sights! I got a shot!
He's trying to... Ah! Honey! Hurry up, lads! He's trying to flee!
This cannot be. No! Do you even know what that is?
An ancient artifact. Treasure from those who came before.
Yes. It matters not. Some of the greatest scientific minds of all Europe could not make it work.
Now all I need is the manuscript, and all shall be revealed.
I've got the precursor box. Smith's dead.
Well done, Shay.
Where's Chevalier?
Returning to Le Gerfaut. We'll have to celebrate without him, I'm afraid.
I don't much feel like celebrating, Liam. I know we have to get these artifacts back, but at what cost? Samuel Smith. He could barely hold his sword straight. Killing him was...
necessary.
But
nothing. Smith was a dangerous man, a Templar. And what's worse, he had the precursor box. You should be proud of yourself, Shay.
Perhaps.
We should head for Albany now. James Wardle, the fellow Lawrence Washington gave the manuscript to, will be there. Kasigawasi reported that James Wardle rooted out many tribes from their ancestral lands. We have proof that he's behind countless massacres. He's one of the most devious and ruthless men in the colonies. He uses the letter of the law to serve his purposes. And when the law does not bend to him, he gets lawmakers to bend it for him. Mark my word, Shay. James Wardrop's a bureaucrat. He doesn't care how his actions affect others.
Douse the garlands and royals!
Up jumps the mage! Blew up gallants! If you want any wind, well, I'll blow you the squall.
All down! All down!
Captain's gone to the deep!
off! Don't so insane!
Plus vite! Il faut pas le perdre! Merde, l'alarme!
Tu penses pouvoir nous échapper? Tu ne nous sèmeras pas! Tu es déjà mort! Vite à voir!
Je l'ai en joue!
Oh!
Plus vite! On perd du terrain!
Captain Cormac at the helm! Unfurled, mates! Let's move! Crowd it all on! Loose and trim too! Spread our wings to the wind!
Stunsails out!
Tops!
Loose the royals!
We're bearing down on land, Cap!
Reef it on, tops!
Anchor away!
Get the mates free!
We are on course for a collision, sir! I will. There he is! Stop, I tell you!
Don't just stand there like you're... Come and be here.
You're here. Congress is still in session. George Washington and his militia have fired on French troops under Jumonville. The French are calling it an act of war.
George Washington. You mean Lawrence's younger brother?
Yeah, it's the same. Speaking of Lawrence Washington, since you eliminated him, James Wardrop has moved up in ranks. All the Templar resources are at his disposal now.
What about the manuscript?
My sources in New York confirm that Wardrop has it. I also learned that he is here at the Congress under heavy guard.
Shay, find Wardrop. Get that manuscript.
This place is thick with Templar troops. Liam and I will make sure he doesn't escape.
Who's he? Well, he's a trader and was colonel of the warriors of the Six Nations for a while. He's responsible for the New York levies now, I think. He also owns lands and trading posts. All over there?
Got a clear shot on that little shite. You come back here, you mad maggot!
Ah, that must be the Templar William Johnson. Perhaps he has the manuscript, or knows where it is.
As I have stated previously, I believe we need a national union, granted by an act of parliament, but bringing greater independence to our colonies. The French are an immediate threat, and we are ill prepared to face them. To put it bluntly, the colonies must join, or die.
A rousing speech, Master Franklin. But do you truly believe Great Britain will grant our colonies autonomy?
They have little choice, Master Johnson. You know the remoteness of this frontier better than most.
Yes, but let us leave politics for another day. I wanted to thank you for your research.
Of course, of course. In the brief time I could examine that box, I could tell it was something unique. From ancient Egypt, you said? Well, as I mentioned in my letter, I am quite ready to electrify it.
Excellent. We will have the box delivered shortly. As for the manuscript... Captain?
I apologize, sir, but Master Wardrop refused to hand it over. He said the risks were too great.
The risks? Ah. I apologize. You will have the manuscript and the box in the briefest of delays.
You mangy excuse for a uniform. Run to Fort Frederick and tell Master Wardrop he had better cough up the manuscript post-haste. Else I will have him scalped.
I can't let that lobster captain reach Wardrop.
You, stop!
I will have your head.
Now towards with the manuscript.
Ah, well done, soldier. Do not stop on my behalf. Again, young man, we will make a soldier out of you.
I'll take that, you Templar dog.
No! You have no idea what you're doing, fool!
Keeping the people free from your control.
How free will you be when the French undermine these squabbling colonies?
These colonies would be far better off without the Templars pulling the strings.
We bring order from chaos. If everything is permitted, no one is safe.
Even the devil can quote scripture to suit his own purposes.
I still have several days to get her fixed. The last lovely English people.
Cormac at the helm!
I have the manuscript.
Great. Hope is waiting for you in Sleepy Hollow.
What's in Sleepy Hollow?
Benjamin Franklin. The man Johnson hired to make that strange precursor box work.
So what's the plan?
Meet Hope, impersonate one of Johnson's men, and give the box and manuscript to Franklin.
So I'm a messenger then?
Aye. See if this Franklin can figure out how this damn box operates. Stay with him. Oh, and as far as we can tell, this man doesn't know about the Templars or the Assassins.
Oh, a simple task.
For a simple man.
Captain's helm! Loose made sails! More sail! All sail!
Ready, boys? It's a damn tough life, full of toil and strife. We will a man undergo. And we don't give a damn when the gale has stopped, how hard the wind did blow. We're homeward bound, 'tis a grand old sound.
Ease off the wind!
Douse the topsails!
Loose all! Let's move!
Nose down! Man your seats!
Some shipwrecked cargo here, sir!
An abandoned vessel, Shay.
Come all you young sailor men, listen to me. I'll sing
Short
you a
sail!
song of the
Get off the
fish in
squad!
sea and its wings.
Lead!
Boys,
Short no
sorry,
sail!
Captain overboard!
Yeah.
Act like an officer.
Captain's at the helm!
Have you checked the sheets?
Let out some sail!
Fill the sails!
Storm cap!
Trim the yards off the wind! Crowd on every inch of sail!
Stunsails! Let's catch this squall!
Clews up! These are sticks!
Douse the mizzen-top! Hey! Ships may come and ships
Trim
may
us
go
off the
as
wind.
long as the seas do anchor.
Fresh from the morning. Haddock's running out. Hurry before it's all gone.
You presume too much, sir.
Ride it around.
The Royal Swedish Academy of Letters has been founded in Stockholm. The Academy was founded by Her Majesty Queen Ulrika of Prussia and is dedicated to literature. This new institution should be a beacon of culture. All good citizens are asked to notify a governor, churchman, or educator of the must take it off and make a